What does it mean to be a man?
It means everything to me. It means everything to me. It is the ultimate in sacrifice. What I believe it means to be a man, I believe it means to be, it's that who people shouldn't understand. It's that guy that literally puts everything before himself. Everything before himself. Family, literally you're the foundation. Which is why I talk about you have to make sure that you're ready to be a man and have a family and take on these responsibilities of life, because you literally have to shoulder so much of the suffering. You don't want to see your wife suffer. You don't want to see your kids suffer. You want to make sure you have the answers. If you don't have the answers, you make sure that you know how to get the answers. You want to make sure that you have the money. You want to make sure that you don't put your family in a situation that they're in dire straits or you make these moves. And so it's the biggest responsibility in the world. It is the biggest responsibility in the world, which is why I'm always talking about be uncomfortable. Do something that sucks every day, because you're constantly trying to sharpen that sword as a man. And the sword is your brain. Because you have to shoulder more than your share of the task. 100% and then some. All the time. So what it means to be a man, it means everything. It means not sleeping sometimes. It means sometimes, you go without to make sure that your family goes forward. And if not your family, maybe you're in combat, maybe you're in a situation, you have to always make sure that you're doing for others before you do for yourself. But to do that, you gotta make sure you are a hard mother, because only a hard mother can do that. Only a hard mother can be in a situation that says, hey man, I'm at Ranger School right now, we're all men out here. But guess what, brother? Take that, man. You look like you need it more than me. And you're starving. Your stomach's inside out. You lost 56 pounds and you're dying inside. But a man looks at another man and says, hey, man, take that, brother. So a man, in other words, is a leader. A man's a leader. I learned I was leaving a lot on the table. And that's what scares me the most. I'm good now, but what haunts me is that at 24 years old, I was 300 pounds. And if I didn't make a right turn, if I decided to just give in to the feelings I had, I would have died a 300 or 400 pound man working some minimum wage job in my casket, never knowing that I was this guy. So I believe in God. And what scares me the most is I believe that God, in my own mind, I'm a big visualization person. So what keeps me going is like visualizing. It's not true. It helps me. I believe that God had this big chart in heaven. And when you get there, if you earn your right to get there, you get there in heaven, and you get there, let's say I walked up at 300 pounds. And God says, hey man, great job, you made it to heaven. And he rips this page down, and now it says David Goggins' chart. He rips it down, throws that paper to the side. And he says, look at this. And I'm reading it. I go, what is this? He goes, how much do you weigh? 300 pounds. What did you do? I was a pest control guy for 40 years. He says, this is what you were supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? A 185-pound person, be able to run 205 miles, break the pull-up record, motivate people, energize people, make them driven, make them passionate, make them find more. So am I in heaven or in hell? That's what motivates me. It scares me also, because I believe that we are all leaving a lot on the table. And now when I go to heaven, what I want God to look at me and say is, as you were living, I'm the all-knowing man. I had to get a damn marker out and write more as you were living. You see what I'm saying? I want to impress him. That's what I'm here for. I want to do the impossible. The impact I want to have in the world is for everybody to be able to face who they are. I want to have that kind of impact where you can go on TV. You can put your life on a billboard. You're not ashamed of who the you are. You're not ashamed of what life made you, what you helped life make you. All that shit, all that bad shit that's now in this big pot that's stirring, you're no longer ashamed of it. You realize we're all up. Stop judging yourself against other people who have hidden it better than you. All they've done. They've mastered shit better than you have, and now they're flipping it back on you and saying you're up. I want you to realize that this world, life, is one big head game. And once you learn to play the motherfucking head game, no longer a game anymore at all. You can start living your life. I went through training, 100-mile races, 200-mile races, pull-up records, all on the mind. It wasn't a physical thing I had. I was broken, literally broken at the start line of everything I did, including Navy SEAL training, Ranger School. Everything I did in the military, I was. But I didn't sit back and say, hey man, so no one knew.
Right.
No one knew.
Yeah, because you weren't talking about it.
So I basically realized, my God, man, I was so up the entire time. So now, the mind is so powerful. I figured that out.
Sure.
Now, if I can get this body all stretched out, opened up, get all my organs working properly, now let's see at 44, let's see what can really happen.
Yeah, so you're just getting started then.
That's the mentality right now, man. You have to live in your own world. You cannot judge yourself. That's why social media and all these things are horrible. You can't judge yourself off of the so-called competition that we have made up in our mind. The things that, how people look, how people act, how smart someone is. This is a race that you run completely alone. And you're all by yourself. I had tons of sticky notes all over my mirror. It wasn't like, be better than John or be as fast as whoever. Okay, David, yesterday you did this. Today, our next goal for the week is this. Human beings need to hear this. They need to stop hearing these hacks on this and that. There's no hack, bro. There's no hack. Yeah, you may this and that and saunas and all this shit. Yeah, it's great. There is no life hack. To grow that thing, how do you grow it? Do it and do it and do it and do it. That's the hack. The hack is gonna suck. I didn't want to come on here and talk about no passion and purpose and how to get the out of bed and how to hit an alarm clock and all this catchphrase bullshit. Because that wasn't how I lived. That wasn't how I lived. I woke up like every human being does and goes, man, I'm a piece of shit today. How the hell is this going to work out for me? And you fight that. You don't override it. There's no override button.